Thank you so much. Respected Sri Samir Jena sir, IAS. Respected Sri Vikas Roy sir, WBCS. Respected faculty members present today. My students and aspirants, those who are joining from Odisha, from West Bengal, and across the India. I welcome you, all of you, to this important sessions on the occasion of Ray Academy Foundation Day. I'm really happy and excited to share with you that Ray Academy, which we started on 14th of November 2020. And I still have a vivid memory of, thanks to my wife, that we were talking just 7 days before that we need to do something for the civil services aspirants and especially for the Eastern India sections like Odisha and West Bengal. I have been associated in this particular field quite a long time in my previous experiences as well. But always there was a keen interest and inclinations to do something from the state where I belong, that is Odisha. And while making certain statistical analysis, I found that students from Eastern India, Odisha, West Bengal, Assam, they are extremely talented people. There is no denied about it. They know the nitty-gritties of getting into a government job. They are competitive, they have a right aptitude. But what I feel that there is something lacking, and that is the reason probably it is a sorry figure to say that less than 0.67 percentage of total qualifying students in UPSC civil services, if we compare to state of Rajasthan or state of Bihar or Uttar Pradesh, less than 0.67 percentage are qualifying from the Eastern India into the Union Public Service Commission civil services exam. So there is the, I would say, the motivation that has somehow engulfed me to do something. And one thing I must say that the right guidance and the right platform was somehow missing. So since 2020, I still recall that we started, I like to share with Samir and Vikas sir also, that we started only with 4 students. There were political science optional students, only 4 students. And soon in both online as well as offline medium, more than 670 number of students, they are currently associated with our program. And I'm also very delighted to share with you that this year from Odisha Civil Services examinations, 9 students, those who have been mentored by Ray Academy, made into the finalist. So we have been always in a mission-driven motive. And let me tell you, we have a wonderful mission that is called as Inspire 100. Inspire 100 is a mission dedicated for the aspirants and in the next 5 years time period to produce 100 civil servants from the state. And today, it is still fresh for me. It is still a new day for me that I couldn't even realize that how these 2 years has passed away. And I still feel that it is a day one for me. And in this 2 years of completion, today we are together with Sri Samir Jena sir and with Sri Vikas Roy sir to recommit our mission, to ignite our minds, to again re-guide ourselves to this particular mission. And at the same time, in this occasion, we are going to launch a new initiative, that is Ray Academy West Bengal Civil Services. At the same time, just a brief understanding. When I interact with many students, tentatively they always have a bit of confusion where to start, how to begin. Sometimes the bigger, I would say, the motive is they are not able to understand even, is it the right path for me? And all of you students might know that the minimum qualification, educational qualification to even sit for the examination is the graduation. You have to be a graduate and 21 years. Those who are in the final semester, they are also eligible, provided 21 years is the age criteria that has to be fulfilled. So even before what to prepare and how to prepare and what books to follow, because in this age of internet, everybody has access to this YouTube as well as Google. And if you find out any topic, if you put a name of any topic and side by side, if you put IAS, then you will get a lot of very good material. Now that has also become a problem because for the beginners, they are unable to segregate what information and how much information would be right for me. And it is not only information, how to process that information, how to, there is a structure, because civil service is not an examination where we prepare for 4 months or 5 months or 6 months and immediately we crack it. It is a process, and it is a process not only of the study but also transformations of our mind, transformations of our brain. So I'm sure that today with us, our chief guest is Samir Jena, IAS sir, and also with us exclusively for the West Bengal Civil Services, Sri Vikas Roy sir is available. I'm sure that today the motive is inspire, and let us understand and let us learn something from Samir sir and our guest Vikas sir. And let us take certain important points and let us recommit ourselves related to the civil services for both UPSC as well as state civil services. I understand that all of you are waiting, sir, to address. Without taking much of time, just a small request in the meantime, if you have any kind of questions, please put it in the chat box. We have a dedicated question and answer round. We will pick up those questions. Now, may I kindly request Sri Samir Jena, IAS, to kindly address the students as well as participants. Thank you.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Samir, audible.
Yes. Shankar Bhai, founder of RAYACADEMY, Vikas Roy sir, officer West Bengal Civil Services, other honorable guests present here, and all my aspirant friends who are present. Good evening to all and everyone. So it's rightly pointed out by Shankar Bhai that like there are very less number of aspirants, particularly from eastern states like Odisha and West Bengal. So we'll discuss regarding the reasons and what we can do regarding this. And congratulations to Shankar Bhai that we have the very good initiative we have taken, and like nine students from your academy qualified for Odisha Civil Services. Even this year also, I can say that currently I am undergoing my training in Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy. Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy, and I can say that only even less than 10 students from Odisha and only 3 to 4 people, 3 to 4 students are from West Bengal. So what I can think of is that even from my personal experience with my friends also, I can say that there is also lack of awareness regarding this exam, one point. And also there's some myths associated with it, which we will discuss today. So one myth which I can point out is that many students think that I have secured very less marks in 10th or 12th percentage mark is very low. So I'm not from IIT or from a very good reputed college or school. So can I qualify this exam if I have such a low, not a very good educational background? So I would want to clear here is that yes, you can qualify. So I can take example from here also. Like there are many of my friends undergoing training here with me. They are not from IIT. Neither they have very good score in 10th or 12th. But because of sheer dedication and determination to work hard and what this exam needs, they are here and undergoing training in various services like maybe your IAS, IPS or revenue service. So let's now discuss what we can do and how we will initiate our preparation regarding this. And whatever you have doubt, we can then take in the question answer session. First is that what initially you should do. First, in this regard, I can say that the basic books which are required is that NCRT. Okay, so like we can start from the basic reading of NCRT 6 to 10 books, like maybe of polity, geography, economics, and history. So this will give us a conceptual clarity which is very basic and needed for the initiation of this preparation stage. And another important thing which I would like to share here is that syllabus. This is a very important point which many of our like aspirants miss, and that is remembering each and every point of syllabus. This will give us an idea that what we need to study and what we need not to study. So we should remember the syllabus also. And also, I would like to say that regarding newspaper reading, there are many lot of confusion regarding newspaper reading, what we should study and what we should not study. So if we remember the syllabus, and then only we can know that which are the relevant points we should study or not study. Then with regard to prelims preparation, I will say that there is a lot of that change in now in trend, you can say, in prelims. Like the cutoff is also drastically reducing day by day. Like there was a time in 2016-17, like the prelims cutoff was maybe more than 110. Now it is reduced to nearly 90. So people are also apprehensive what to do regarding this. So in this regard, I would like to say that uh, you take people are more confused nowadays. The most important reason what I will say is that because of internet, the main reason. Okay, so as you pointed out, because of internet, like there are like lot of study materials and all these things are available. So they are also not able to know what we should study and what we should not. So in this regard, I would like to say that stick to only one source rather than studying multiple sources. Like nowadays, people are thinking that, for example, polity or economics, will study four books, 5 books. Like lot of study materials are available nowadays. So rather than going for multiple study materials, you should stick to one study material and focus on revision multiple times. That is the most important aspect we should focus on, I will say. And with regard to newspaper, also I will say that there are two important newspapers. If you are studying, either you can stick to Hindu or Indian Express generally, which is preferred by most of the aspirants. Take only one newspaper and study it regularly. That is the most important thing. And then with regard to mains, I will say that like after 2 to 3 years, 3 months of preparation, which like once you study NCRT or some basic books, you will build a background. Once you build the background, then you can start preparation for mains also. Like you will start basic answer writing, and then you can like there are like various internet sources. You can stick to any of the sources like Insights on India or any sources which are providing platform for answer writing. You can write the answers, and there are like many of the people who are posting their answers. You can recheck there, or you can join also any test series and regularly write the answers. The main thing about answer writing, which I would like to point out here, is that most of the test series, whenever you join it, that these are very flexible. Like the date is given, and you can write anytime you want. So what people do is they tend to delay the exam, delay the test date. That the date came, and okay, I have not prepared, so I should go on delaying and delaying. So don't do this. Stick to your timeline and always write the exam on the date on which date the exam is coming. This is very important, because without discipline, what will happen? The exam papers will go on piling up, and at the end, you will find that very difficult to write all the exams. And another point which I would like to share about is that about the preparation is note making. Many a times I've seen that like students asking, like aspirants asking me whether we should make notes of newspaper or whatever important points we are studying. So I will say that it is your totally a personal choice. But some important points which you should remember is that if you are making a note, it should be very crisp and concise, because every day we are reading newspapers, like a lot of points we are studying. If you are suppose studying a big article and you are writing like 1 page, 2 page notes of a single article you are studying, then think how much it will pile up in 360 days. So if you are making the notes, just ensure that the note making, suppose you are studying a very big article, then the size of the notes should not be more than 10% of whatever you are studying. Then only you will be able to revise all the points what you have written. And with regard to mains, I would like to also point out another important thing is that like many a times during mains preparation, which we do is that we mostly focus on like big topics like polity or economics or history or geography. But in this time, we neglect small topics which also carry equal importance, and the scoring part is also very high in these parts. So, like for example, General Study Paper 1 Society, General Study Paper 2 International Relation, GS3 Security, and Paper 4 Ethics. Generally, these are the small topics which you miss. But really, if you see the paper, this carry very like important weightage in the in the total marks. Like in GS1 Society, like nearly 4 to 5 questions come. But if you see the syllabus, it is very less. So we should equally focus on these subjects while preparing for our mains also. And another point is how to choose an optional. That is like very many a time I have seen that like people are in lot of doubt which optional we should take or not. So I will not talk about any personal like particular optional, but I will say that take the optional in which you are comfortable. Because like randomly going by high head mentality and choosing a optional, like my friends are taking this optional or many students have taken this optional, so I should take it. So what I've seen that people are taking this optional, and again after 1 year they are not able to score very good, or they are not interested in that optional. Again after 1 year or 2 years they are changing the optional. So this is a complete wastage of your time and complete wastage of your money also, I would say. And also you feel very underconfident when you are changing an optional. So what I will see that take some time. If you are starting your preparation, take some time, like think of the 4 or 5 or 6 optionals which you are comfortable with. Maybe you can think of your graduation subject, or if you have any particular interest in any subject, or check 4 5 optional 3 4 optionals which you are comfortable with, and then decide one optional and go along with it. That is the most important thing which I have seen. And after that, I will say that same thing, consistency and the level of dedication. These are the most important things. This exam doesn't, I will say, need the level of intelligence at all. Which many people think that okay, this level of intelligence, I don't have that level of intelligence, so I can't prepare. Just this needs is hard work and dedication and consistency for the whole 1 or 1.5 years which you are preparing for. Because this is a long process. Like if you start the preparation today, after 6 8 months 9 months there will be prelims, and in between prelims and mains there will be like you'll prepare for mains, then interview, and also optional for mains. So the level of consistency which is needed is missing among many of the students. So consistency and determination, these are the most important thing I will say. Thank you so much. And whatever doubts the aspirants have, we will take it after this Vikas sir's speech. Thank you so much.
Please ask your question.
Sir, I have a question of dear Samir sir or Vikas sir. I am a graduate of 2022 year, and I am a presently studied master's course. My question is, am I prepared UPSC or WBCS after clear master's course? And this condition you can see successfully candidate who cleared UPSC and WBCS.
I think if I'm not wrong, he's asking that he's already in the studies. Probably his question is related to how to prepare simultaneously for this competitive exam as well as the study part. I hope I am correct, Mr. J. Hussain.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just to, I think Samir sir as well as Vikas sir, this is a common question which I have also got from many of the aspirants. Common question. Let me, students, what I'll do, I'll summarize your questions because we do not have so much of time today. I'll summarize your questions and I will request sir to answer those questions accordingly. Sir, if we look into the aspirant's point of view, I mean, there are two types of things. Those who are either preparing for full time, giving 8 hours, 10 hours, and maybe after the graduation, they are doing. And there is a other sector of aspirants. Number one, either they are already in the graduation, or maybe they have completed graduation and they are doing some kind of master degree. So that means they do not have like full time. Second one is those who are already in the job. Either they are in government services or private services. They also do not have sufficient of time. Third point is especially for the women. And I'm very happy to say that there is a batch going on, and I think 90 plus students are there in this batch. And out of 90 plus, approximately 50% of the students are women. And not only women, they are occupied with family responsibilities. They are teacher. They do not have so much of time, yet they have that enthusiastic to prepare. So Samir sir and Vikas Roy sir, to both of you, that how a student or how a job holder or how a mother or a woman who is occupied with responsibility, who doesn't have that kind of flexibility or time period of preparing for 8 hours and 9 hours or 10 hours a day, how can that particular person manage and pursue it? And most important point is that when they start preparing, firstly that they think no, this is I cannot do it, so they start comparing themselves with the students who have been giving like 10 years of 10 hours of time. So how one job holder or maybe a student or maybe a woman who is occupied with responsibilities, how that kind of a person can prepare side by side for both the UPSC as well as the state civil services exam, sir?
So should I answer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Sankar bhai, this is a like very pertinent question. Like many of the aspirants have also asked me the same question. In fact, I can say about one of the examples in my locality. Like she's like one girl. She's working professional and also she's simultaneously preparing. And there are also various examples. Like many of them are there. So what I can say regarding this is you need to be more disciplined. One thing, and it is not about the number of hours which we study. Like obviously, like who are preparing full time, they will have a lot of time to prepare, so they can give more times. But still, I have a lot of examples in my, even in my, many of my batchmates are also there who are working in corporate sector, like maybe 8 or 9 hours, and still by their discipline they are here. So what, in my personal opinion, I can say is that they can make a timetable regarding this. For example, a corporate sector, working professional in corporate sector, they have a fixed time, maybe depends upon their time schedule. For example, I am taking a time, it may be their working hours from 10 to 5, for example, or 10 to 6. So what they can do is that they can fix a time that in which time I can study. Like if they are going to office at 10 a.m. Or 9 a.m., so in the morning hours they can have 2 to 3 hours for study. Like they may get up at 6 and they can study up to 9. And again after they return from their office, like maybe 6 or 7, and again after office hours they can study for 2 to 3 hours in the night. And Saturday and Sunday are in general holiday for corporate sector working professionals. So they can utilize this time. They can give maybe 8 to 9 hours or maybe more than that in Saturdays and Sunday for their preparation time. This is for corporate sector, I'm saying. And even for women also, this is a, like what you told, that this is a challenge actually. But still they will have to make this type of timetable, like which time they are free. Okay. So like they are occupied with family responsibility, or maybe like other type of people, they're working also, they're like professional working also, working hours. So they will, like similarly they will have to bring some time, maybe every day they can study 4 to 5 hours, or in holidays they can extend this time to maybe 8 to 9 hours. There are like many examples also, like we can take example of in 2017 civil service topper Anukumari ma'am. She had also family responsibility, she was working, she had a child also, and she got rank 2. There are other examples also. So the final conclusion I can say is that whatever time they have, free time they have, like it is not that they are like working or they are doing wars 24 hours. It's not possible. So they have some free times. So rather than doing some entertainment or going for outside or visiting a like market place, watching movies, they will have to utilize this time for study purpose. Then only I think they can manage the time and also prepare simultaneously.
Right, sir. I think all of us will agree to this particular point. I think I'm sure Vikas sir also is in the similar line of thought. What is necessary is the discipline. Whatever position we are or how much we are occupied, if we can find out 3 hours, 4 hours, and what Samir sir has pointedly rightly highlighted, that it is not necessary how much time you give, but whatever you give, that has to be quality. So that is necessary. Right. And another question, I think, Auric, Samir sir and Vikas sir, to both of you also, uh, an aspirant who is looking at an IAS officer or maybe a state civil servant, he or she makes him or her as an ideal that I also want to become like a district collector. But for some reason, and the reasons could be a many, the reasons could be that lack of exposure, might be the person is coming from a rural background, or the reason could be coming from a very financial poor background. They do not even dare to dream big. that yes, I should prepare and at least I should try. Before they even try, what comes in their mind is fear of failure. So, sir, what would be your advice, especially for those aspirants who are always in the self doubt that is it the right thing to do it or should I settle in some other jobs? What would you advise to the aspirants, those who are always asking to themselves, they have a self doubt, as well as those who are always in the dilemma of fear of failure?
Exactly, Shankar bhai, what you told. There is a like lack of confidence among many of them, many of the aspirants, that whether I should go for this preparation or not. So what I will say in this regard is that first they need to be confident. It is not that this is a like impossible exam or you can't qualify. There are like many examples are there. Like they are from people are from humble background, like without any like exposure, good exposure to study materials and all this. But still, because of their like sheer interest and their like aspiration and determination, they are here and they are like doing training along with us. So there is no need to worry. In the beginning, also in my when I was speaking, I told the same thing, that don't think about the result, what is going to happen. Just focus on your study, what you need to do. Okay, like even I can give example of like what I was studying in the like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was also from a humble background, and like I recently studied his autobiography. That's why I'm giving his example. Like there, like in every step of his life, he faced struggle, but look where did he reach. So there is nothing to be worried. And if you are preparing simultaneously for maybe civil service or for maybe for West Bengal civil service, like a lot of opportunities are open for you. Like if you are for example, I will say about Odisha civil service, for example, like you are preparing for UPSC simultaneously, like syllabus is very similar, you can say. And recently, the Odisha civil service syllabus is also like they've made almost equal to civil service syllabus.
Yes.
And along with that, you can also write other examples in other exams in Odisha OPSC. Like I don't recall the exam names. And Staff Selection Commission is also there. Like very similar type of exams are there. Lot of exams you can write. So so, and the knowledge, whichever you are getting, it will not get wasted at any time, I would say. So, there is no need to be worried. Just you, there should focus, and there should not be any self doubt. Actually, there is no need to be a self doubt, because there are a lot of examples you can see that from humble background they have reached this stage. Even now, also even the past examples, also you can say. So, just they should focus on your study and then should not think of the outcome. Obviously, outcome will be good if you have put on so much of effort. That is all the thing which I need to say.
सर और एक कॉमन क्वेश्चन है, जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल अगेन आई डू नॉट वांट टू नेम एनी स्पेसिफिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और एनी पर्सन. सर देयर आर मेनी स्टूडेंट्स, मैं मेरा सर जितना समझ में है, आई थिंक रूरल बैकग्राउंड से सर जितने टैलेंटेड स्टूडेंट्स हैं बहुत ही ज्यादा है. एंड टू अगेन टू समीर सर एंड बिकास सर, those who are extremely talented or they did not even get an opportunity to explore this particular field. So for them, paying 1 lakh rupees of coaching fees is not an option. So sir, Samir sir and Vikas sir, is it possible to crack this examination, both UPSC and WBCS, or maybe any of the state civil services examinations, without coaching?
So now in the time of internet, I don't think that this paying 1 lakh rupees and it will make any difference. So like in the age of internet, you sitting in like in your home also, you can easily get all the materials, study materials, and all the guidance which we need to get. So there is no need to be worried at all. Even in fact, even in my colleagues also who are doing training, lot of them are there like who are studying in their home and without any coaching also they have got the success. So just what they need to do is a proper guidance. Okay, then what we need to do, because there is ample number of study materials available in the internet. And even I will say that because of this more number of materials also, many times students are getting confused what we need to study. So it was a problem that in the maybe 20 years back, when this internet facility was not available, that proper guidance was not available, then whether how can we pay this amount, or whether I should go to Delhi or prepare or not, because I'm not getting the same amount of facility in my home in rural area. But now this is not an hurdle at all, I will say, because internet provides everything, even more than what we need. And we need to channelize and we need to find out what is more important for me and what I need to study, because there is like more number of material than what we need. So we need to filter the most important materials or the most important guidance which are relevant for us. That is a biggest challenge nowadays, I will say. So as per me, this is not an hurdle at all, being in rural area.
Uh, Especially thank you so much to each and everyone. But before that, special thanks to Samir Jena sir as well as Vikas Roy sir. That I think we have been almost, I would say, 1.5 hour approximately. We are together, and I am sure that this session, it is not only an informational but also an transformational, because what we have gained from Samir sir as well as Vikas sir, they are exactly coming from the background, and they are exactly, I would say, talking as they have gone through the process. So I believe this will definitely help you a lot. Somebody has said that एक भी question. Yes, Abhilash, please unmute yourself and please ask your question. What questions do you have? Yes, Abhilash.
Okay, sir. So I actually have a question about the essay paper regarding the UPSC exams in the mains right now. So, sir, in the recent times, we can see that the essay paper we get almost 10 essays, and we have to write two out of them, and they've actually just come down to completely philosophical essays. In the I think maybe 10 or 12 years back, there were questions which are mostly based on society or current issues and all these things. But in the recent times, like there was a topic from the last year, the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. So सर ऐसे कोई चीजों के लिए ऐसे टॉपिक्स के लिए कोई अच्छे मटेरियल तो वैसे मार्केट में अवेलेबल है नहीं. So sir, how can you go about doing these essays?
Yes, Samir sir.
Exactly, Abhilash, what you told. This is nowadays the pattern of essays completely changed. But as I told that for essay there is not a particular material you can point out that yes, this particular material I will study and I will remember and I'll be able to put this on use in essay. Essay paper is not about that. Just think, essay is a combination of all the GS papers what you have studied, like starting from GS 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever experience you have in total. You need to apply all these things in the essay paper. I didn't go into the particular details of essay paper or GS 1, 2, 3. As you have asked, I'm telling you. So yes, what you told that yes, the pattern has changed, but mm, you need to practice along with this. For example, what you told that topic has come, that there is completely philosophical topic. So such type of topics have multiple interpretation. Okay. So first thing which you need to do is that you have to 8 essays are there. For example, section A 4 essays, section B 4 essays. Among the four topics in every section, you need to first choose one topic which you are able to get the meaning. That is the biggest challenge, like which I faced also this in this 2021 exam. So first you choose that topic which you are able to at least comprehend something or find out the meaning of this essay. It is not that if 4 essays are there, you are not able to you are completely clueless about all the 4 essays. Never it is there. There will be some 1 or 2 essays which you will be able to comprehend and able to find the meaning. There can be multiple interpretation. Okay. But you need to find one interpretation which you are finding that this interpretation is suitable for me. There can be multiple interpretation, and whatever interpretation you are bringing for this essay or this philosophical essay, you need to prove this point or justify this point with various examples. Maybe political, you can think of example from history, you can think example from politics, you can think example from economics, you can also think example from your personal experience also, from your childhood. You may be a graduate or maybe a postgraduate. In your life example also matters here, and you can give these examples in your essay paper. So essay paper need to be points should be from various dimensions. You should justify your points and stick to these points with various examples. Okay. So maybe it may be a philosophical, it may be an economical essay, whatever is there, whatever is it. In philosophical essays, the challenge is to find out the meaning. Like many times you are not able to comprehend. So you should choose that essay which you are very comfortable, which you are able to find the meaning, and then justify this the meaning of this essay from various perspectives, various dimensions. This is the approach we need to take. I
Right,
think I am
right.
clear. If you
I
have any
hope,
doubt, you can ask
Abhilash,
again.
you got your answer. Probably, Samir sir, I mean, in future, maybe we can have another session purely
Yes.
based on, I would say, the technicalities, that how to prepare for GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 essay, then there is a language
exactly.
paper and English. Maybe we can have a separate session on dedicated for the preparations, answer writing, prelims and mains, how to qualify the detailed technicalities. So I'm sure Mr. Abhilash that hopefully you are satisfied with the answer. In the meantime, if you have further questions, feel free to email us. I'll forward all of your questions to respected sir. And based on the availability and free time, definitely Samir sir would be able to guide you accordingly. So to all the aspirants, thank you so much, especially Samir sir and Vikas sir. Special thank. I'm really truly humble and as well as I would say that this is an extended time, and Samir sir is extremely busy because when I was talking about telephone, he it's a finding a time even 5 minutes is difficult currently because he is already in the training and he has so much of official duties that is going on around him. And I'm sure because sir also being a civil servant already, he is into the service and really grateful and thankful to both of you, sir, that at least you could give us this 1.5 hour and approximately time. And it meant a lot for the organization and to me. And yes, I think probably because sir, that is what would make us drive further. So with that, once again, thank you so much to each and everyone, and wish you all the best for your preparations. Never hesitate, and I would say that dream big, as sir has told. That yes, patience is required, perseverance is required. Yes, you will do it, but at least you try, and definitely you will do good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Samir sir, and thank you so much, Vikas sir. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Shankar bhai.
Thank you, Sankarji, and best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, sir. I think we will end here. And good night, sir. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.